Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I've uploaded. I ain't gonna excuse that, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. There's also a bunch of gas people outside, and they've closed off the roads for literally 2 months, which is crazy. Not needed whatsoever. They could have just left it. But anyway, today we're gonna be predicting what the run-in for the end of the Premier League season is going to look like. Now, as you can see, Arsenal have 7 games left, and Man City have 8 games left. If we go over to the table, as you can see, this is the current table. I'm really hoping Tottenham get relegated. That would be hilarious, especially if we win the league. But someone over on Twitter, bring up this thing here. They went and made a things that you can actually full on predict who you think your Premier League winners will be out of Arsenal and Man City by literally selecting this. You pick Arsenal to win, and then it at least goes to 12 points. Today we're going to be predicting what I think the run-in at the end of the season will look like and who the Premier League winners will be. As you can see, it's going to be biased, but it's also going to be reasonable where I think we could drop points, maybe couldn't drop points and stuff like that. Whereas I think City are going to drop points as well. We've also got City's things up and Arsenal's, and then obviously the league, so we can see based on that. But anyway, let me know down below what you think the title is going to end up as, along with the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League as well. Any other league like La Liga, do you reckon Barcelona will see it out, or do you reckon Real Madrid will come back? Anyway, without yapping, let's get on. So, we start off with the first 2 games. Now, Crystal Palace vs Man City has obviously not been scheduled yet, unless Man City and Palace both get knocked out of the cups, the European Cups, I think. Then I think it might happen, I'm not entirely sure. We start off Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Now, the problem is, with Bournemouth, this is obviously after international break, after we face them in the Carabao Cup, which I think we win that game, we win the league. That game will be the decider, I think, for the rest of the season going forward. But you look at Bournemouth and you look at their fixtures, see 0-0, 0-0, 1-1, 0-0 during the last 4 games, but they are unbeaten since we last faced them in the Premier League. They've obviously got Man United before that, which could change everything. You never know. So that it will be a tough game. But I think at home we should win that game. Might be a little bit of cage on it, might be like 2-0, 1-0 win. I don't care how we win, as long as we win. Cool. Man City versus Crystal Palace, obviously it's at the Etihad as well. I just think, obviously, depending on when it gets scheduled, you never know, there could be a very load of games before that. And after, so they might rest people in other games to say for this one. You don't know yet. It depends when it gets scheduled. But I just think Man City will win that game. This is the big game. Manchester City away from home. We win this game, you set yourself in a spot which is pretty much guaranteed to win the league. Do I think we go there and win? I think we need to. We don't need to, but we should. We should try and go there and win. However, Man City also know they need to win that game. I think both teams are going to go for it, but I think it'll be a draw. I think there's a chance we win, but I also think there's a chance that we maybe lose 1-0. I don't know. We just about got away with one earlier in the season when they come to our gaff and defended the entire game. Now we've got Chelsea away to Man City. Chelsea, literally as we're doing this, have just got a transfer ban and £10 million fine, which is crazy. I think they win that game though. I think Chelsea capitulate. They're not doing great. Then we got Newcastle at home. We beat them away. They're not doing great. If you look at Newcastle current form, win, they lost, win, they're doing okay, but they've not also got. I think they've got quite a few injuries. I think, right? Yeah, Guimaraes mid-April, which he might be back. Whether he starts, I don't know. Having Shaw's a big injury for them. To be fair, he's a pretty good player for them, but obviously, does he get in over Tuur and Botman? Probably not at the moment, but he's a big player for them. Lewis Miley is also still very young, but I don't think he's probably going to start. Let's be real over. You know, Willock, you think Bruno Guimaraes probably goes there. Jacob Ramsey probably moves up. Probably have Gordon out wide and Voltmarder up top. Voltmarder's also fell off like a cliff. Crazy fall off. It's ridiculous. but I still think we end up beating them. Now we've got Manchester City versus Burnley away from home. Burnley are still somewhat in the relegation battle, I think. Premier League, Burnley, 9 points, only 3 games. You look at their games in terms of who they've got, you think they probably, maybe not get a result from Brighton. You reckon they could probably nick a draw. Fulham probably not. Forest will be a good game. You just think they're probably, if you're being realistic, they're probably already relegated. Got nothing to play for. Man City will win that game. Then move on, Arsenal versus Fulham at home. Now, you look at Fulham's results and their games, and that's it. I mean, they drew the last one. In my opinion, should have probably lost that game. Lost to Southampton, lost to West Ham. But then they won 3 in a row. Stoke, fine. Very big win against Sunderland. Sunderland have fell off massively low. They went from literally not losing the game at home to all of a sudden just losing. You can probably hear them people working. Absolutely ridiculous. And also beat Tottenham, but then again, beating Tottenham's is nothing nowadays, really, let's be real. But I think it'll be a tough game, but I think at home, we've got to win it. As you can see, Arsenal now lead by 9 points. We just need 4 more points to win the league. Now, Man City versus Everton away. Everton at home haven't been great this year. They've been way better away from home, which is why I think Man City will win. I'm going to do Man City's results because Arsenal just need 4 more points now. So I'm going to do Man City's. Then we've got Brentford at home at the G-Tech. Now, Brentford, in terms of this year, I don't know why I've gone this way. If we go to the table and do this way. So, Brentford are actually got there's a chance they push for Europe. I think Wolves, they can win that game. Leeds away will be tough. Everton at home, they probably get through that. They probably beat Fulham. I think, depending on how United are playing at that point, they could probably get a draw. They could possibly beat West Ham, and then obviously last game of the season, not last game of the season, but they've got Man City, which is the game obviously run about now, which I think Man City probably win, but it will be a tough game. Bournemouth away. Once again, like I said with Bournemouth, I said we beat Bournemouth. Obviously, for City, it's a case of Bournemouth, still, obviously, once again, they have chance of pushing for Europe and all that. But you look at it, before they face City, they've got to face United, us, Newcastle away, Leeds, Palace, Fulham, and then obviously they face Man City. So in that case, I'm going to go for a win. And then Aston Villa at home, we all know what happened last time they faced Aston Villa, last game of the season. Kevin De Bruyne pulling up his socks, and all of a sudden Liverpool's hopes went away. And this is them being perfect. I'm going to go a draw. Now, is there anyone on here that I think they could think? I think they could potentially drop points to Chelsea, maybe. You know what? I think that would be a tough game. I'm going to move that to a draw. Now, that puts Arsenal as champions, as it stands. I think we beat West Ham away. I think I'm going to put a draw, though, because I think at that point, we don't know if West Ham are going to be safe. I'm then going to put to win the league. Obviously, we've already won the league at that point. But, trophy lift at the Emirates. Boom. And then away from home, I think, will be a tough game, but I think we'll win that game. So I think Arsenal are going to win the league on 87 points. Man City finish on 79. I don't know. That's what I think how the league will go. Let me know what you think the league's going to be like, and what you think all the other teams and other leagues and all the other competitions, how they're going to finish. That's how I think it's going to end. Let me know down below. Peace out. Yes!